You remember the comedian Bill Maher? He has his TV show Politically Incorrect that back in the day, and he has a show that's on I believe it's on HBO Real Time with Bill Maher. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that.
Okay. Well, one of the subjects that he talked about recently was about the Black National Anthem. Bill Maher laid it out Friday night, saying that the United States is becoming a segregated nation again, and the latest evidence is the push for 2 national anthems. The real-time host blasted the NFL for playing Lift Every Voice and Sing, often called the Black National Anthem, in addition to the OG-NA at football games. So, which is, of course, the national anthem, if you don't know what that means. His argument goes like this. Martin Luther King Jr. and many others fought hard, even some losing their lives, to end segregation. The battle was won 67 years ago when the United States Supreme Court put an end to the separate but equal, which at the time was considered a victory for human rights. Not so anymore, Maher says, pointing to the colleges which now offer segregated residences, segregated graduation ceremonies, and on and on. He invokes the words of Barack Obama, who said there is not a Black America and a white America and Latino America and an Asian American. There is a United States of America. His overarching point, diversity is a virtue that was celebrated until recently, and to cast that aside threatens the very fabric of America. So that is the main topic we have here for our little spot, which I'm going to call The Real. This is a real-time issue. So, GBS Cortez, do you feel that the Black National Anthem would promote segregation in the country?
We are already segregated.
Mm-hmm.
I can go down to any urban area in the United States, man.
Mm-hmm.
You have Little Italy.
Mm-hmm.
You have Chinatown.
Mm-hmm.
You have
Little Havana.
Yeah, Little Havana. You got
Greektown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could run down the whole list, man. It's just the fact. The fact is, we need to learn to embrace each other's cultures and differences, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is a melting pot. I agree, it is a melting pot, but it's still polarized, man. I mean, when we went to Temple, man, let's be real. We went to Temple. The white folks sat with the white folk. The black folks sat with the black folk. The Asian folks sat with the Asian folk.
Yeah.
That's how it was.
Yeah.
That's how it was. I don't think you can really change that, because it's always been a part of this country, man.
Mm-hmm.
We've been, people have been advocating for diversity for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, the Black National Anthem was not even recognized, man.
Mm-hmm.
Only time I heard it sung was during Black History Month and also doing Black History programs. That's the only time I heard the song being sung, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're playing it at games. And the thing about it is, some of these teams are predominantly black teams, man. They're not having issues with it. Nobody's not having issues with it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Except him. He sounds like he's the only one having issues with it. The statement that he made is just not relevant to what's going on right now.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. GPS, I'd say this. He mentioned if you're going to have, you have the Black National Anthem, then you're going to have somebody that says, okay, well, then why not we have an Asian National Anthem, a Latino National Anthem? It's going to come up. So, just, call out the elephant in the room, for lack of a better pun. The first group that's already going to say something is Eurocentrics. The second group, who knows who that will be. But the point is, do you think that this is going to cause a rift within cultures where we're saying, okay, if they have an anthem, then I want our anthem played too?
Well, at some point in time, you need to start acknowledging all these cultures, and don't do it now because the temperature is getting hot.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been all along.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Just about every race in this country has contributed to its growth at some point. It's not just for whites. It's not just for blacks. It's not just for everybody that's been here has contributed in some sort of way or form. And everybody needs to stop discounting everybody else's contribution, especially when we know how many people love to go to Chinese restaurants, Japanese restaurants. I love Jamaican food. Chipotle. Okay. District Taco.
Mm-hmm.
Come the hell on. Stop talking about you don't want any other culture in here, but when you want that certain thing that you can't get from here, what?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
It sounds like he wants us to. So he's saying we should be more unified, and I think we are as unified as we can get right now in this point in history.
Mm-hmm.
We still have our issues, man.
Yeah.
We all have our issues. If my brown brothers want to have a national anthem song, let them go ahead and do that. We need to stop shunning other people out. We need to just stop doing it, because if we listen to the national anthem, man, let's be real, shit needs to be upgraded, man. It needs to be upgraded. It needs to be more universal. I feel, I see people, and I get this. I know everybody want to be patriotic, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm happy that you are patriotic, that you want to wear the flag as a pair of underwear, whatever.
Mm.
But do you really know what it means? Do you really know what it's saying? And also, it needs to be more. The word I'm trying to find, it needs to be more contemporary based upon what's going on now.
Okay.
That shit's not current. And it needs to be current. I mean, we got different people from different backgrounds, and I feel now we are starting to embrace it, man, because thank God we have Latin Heritage Month.
Yes.
I'm glad we have that. I'm
Yes.
happy for that, because it took a while, man, but it happened, and I'm happy that it happened, man. Then you got the Asian Pacific and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're starting to get that bug out of my way. We're starting to realize that everybody has something to contribute to this country.
Now, the one thing I always said that was a major complaint to me is like, why would they put African American History Month on in February when they know it's like not even a full month?
No, because you can.
You can, man. Because I mean, let's be. I tell my coworkers, I was like, they ask like, why Black History Month, blah blah blah. And I was like, because you guys have White History Month 360 part of the 360 days of the year.
Correct.
That's right.
And it's like, do you actually implement famous African Americans within your curriculum?
Mm-hmm.
And they get quiet. And I was like, when you start doing that, then we may not need Black History Month. We may not need all these separate months. Mm-hmm. If you just literally take the curriculum and make it more diversified, because it's a lot going on, man. It's not just only white folk out here making this country roll. It's black folk, Asian folk, Latino folk. It's a lot of people contributing to the development of this country, man. That need to be heard, need to be seen.
Then I'll just, one last point that Bill Maher brought up was the way that certain colleges are offering segregated residences, graduation ceremonies, etc., etc. So, does that put a target on the back of the historically black colleges that are out there right now, and as well as just regular universities throughout the country?
It shouldn't, but
what was it? We gotta look at the. Oh, I'm sorry, GPS. You wanted to say something, man? I want to cut you off.
It shouldn't, but again, the colleges can start implementing this as soon as the students come in the door. Mm-hmm. Okay, there will not be any tolerance for any race riots here. Mm-hmm. You may not like blacks, you may not like whites, but if we find out that you're inciting a riot, if we find out you're doing some hate crimes to any other race in here, you're getting the hell out of here. End of story. There won't be a hearing. There won't be a hearing. There won't be a trial. You won't have a chance for any hear my story. No, you're getting the hell out of here.
Right.
You don't like them, stay the hell away from them.
I understand that point. I'm just talking about, like, let's say you have an Asian only or a Latino only or African American only graduation ceremony, or classes, certain classes, or dorm rooms that are segregated.
We're not going to segregate any dorm rooms. Now, if you want to go off with your people and do y'all thing somewhere in the corner of the university, then fine.
Mm-hmm. But colleges are offering that. Some colleges do offer that. That's what Bill Maher is saying.
But the issue. Oh, go ahead, man.
There is no college big enough in the fucking country to segregate every race on the goddamn. To segregate every race here. Mm-hmm. You can't do that on Temple University campus.
Oh no.
Because if you just tried to do it blacks and whites, guess what? Both sides have intermixed with the Hispanic population. So guess what? Now we got black Hispanics and white Hispanics. What floor they gonna go with? And then what about the black Asians and the white Asians?
Yep.
And then what about, God forbid we start implementing Africans in this shit? Right? How many countries we got over there? No.
Correct.
No. Y'all all gonna be in the same fucking dorm. Y'all gonna be together and y'all gonna get the fuck along. Y'all getting the fuck out of here in the store. Bye. See.
There you go.
But the thing about it, I think what Bill Maher is saying is this, and I disagree with him on this. People gonna roll with who they feel comfortable with, man. Let's be real, man. Let's be real. If I go up on, like, for example, Temple's a good example.
Yeah, definitely.
If I choose to live around a section where it's just all black folk, that's my choice. I should be able to have that choice to do that. That's just how it is. If I want to have a separate graduation, which is me and my Asian brothers and my Latino brothers, we should be able to do that, but it will not be an official graduation. It will be more like a graduation type party, but we will still have the main graduation ceremony. But if we break off and have our own graduation setups, that's okay, man. That's okay to do that.
Off campus, yes.
Yeah, you could do that. That's what it sounds like he's trying to say.
Yeah.
I don't see nothing wrong with that, man. I remember when I went to graduate school or whatever, they wanted to do something like that, and I think people were a little saying no. That makes you separate from the rest of us, and somebody had to break it down and say, look, we just want our own. We just want to be separate from the pack. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Then go off campus and do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
okay.
What that.
Then I'm fine with that.
And that's okay, but we got to keep in mind why the historical black colleges are the way they are and why they got started up. They got started because they weren't allowing a lot of African Americans to go to some of these white colleges, so they had to do their own. They were like, look, you don't want us to be a part of your group, we're going to do our own thing. But I don't see anything wrong with that, man. If people want to do separate programs or you want to be around separate, that's your thing. I don't think it promotes racism or anything. I think it promotes in-house solidarity. Okay. I think that's what it does. But I'm still going to be able to talk with my white friend John. I'm still going to interact with him.
Of course.
I'm not going to cut him off or anything. My brother is taking this a little bit too. I think he's a little bit too sensitive about this, man. It's been going on for years. That's the best thing I liked about Temple was that I can hang out with the Latino brothers. I can hang out with the Asian brothers if I wanted to, man. And that was the thing, man. You learn more by hanging out with these different groups, man. That's why we have these clubs on campuses, man. That was one thing, man. But it's always something with race, man. It's always something with race. I don't think we're gonna ever get beyond this, man, because people, they gravitate towards it, man. We're all at that point, man, even at the graduate school, after you graduate or whatever, you hang out with certain kinds of people, man. You hang out, and it's okay. That's how life is.
Yeah.
But I'm not, what he's saying is, I think he's directing it, or he's wording it the wrong way, man. I feel as though we're all human beings, and we can make decisions on who we hang out with or what programs we want to get into.
That's right.
Yeah, we grown, especially you paying that damn tuition bill, man.
Yeah, that's grown man's business right there. That tuition.